Do you remember when getting out of bed didn't require a strategic plan? When you could just roll over and stand up without your body staging a full rebellion? When bending down to tie your shoes was effortless, not a calculated risk where you're thinking, how am I going to get back up from this? I'm talking about when your body was your ally, not your opponent. When you didn't have to negotiate with your back every morning, bargaining for just enough flexibility to make it through the day. If you're over 60 and dealing with that morning stiffness that makes you feel like the Tin Man, or that nagging back pain that seems to get worse each year, I want you to know something right now. You are not alone. You're not broken. And most importantly, you are not stuck with this forever. I see you there, moving slower than you want to, avoiding activities you used to love because your body just hurts. I see you getting frustrated when simple tasks become complicated because your joints feel like they're held together with rusty hinges. But here's what nobody's telling you, your body isn't giving up. It's asking for help. And today, I'm going to give you exactly what it's been begging for. Today, I'm sharing a daily stretch routine that takes just 10 minutes of your morning, but it's going to transform how your body feels for the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 powerful stretches that specifically target where stiffness loves to hide after 60. These aren't random stretches from some fitness book. These are movements that address what actually happens to your body after 60, like how your spinal discs lose water content overnight, making you feel stiff as a board when you wake up. If you're tired of letting stiffness control your mornings, comment, "I'm ready," down below. And if this is your first time here at Elderly Health Central, hit that subscribe button right now. We're building a community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations. Now, let's dive into these 5 life-changing stretches that are going to give you back the mornings you thought were gone forever. Stretch number 1, the gentle spinal wave. You know that feeling when you first wake up and your back feels like it's been cemented in place overnight? That moment when you try to stand up straight but your body says, absolutely not, and you shuffle to the bathroom hunched over like you've aged 20 years while you slept? Here's what's actually happening while you're peacefully sleeping. Your spinal discs are made up of about 80% water when you're young, but after 60, they start losing that water content, especially overnight when you're lying flat for hours. It's like they're slowly deflating while you sleep. Those small muscles along your spine get stiff from hours of inactivity, tightening up like guitar strings that haven't been tuned in months. So when you try to get up in the morning, you're asking a dehydrated, stiff system to suddenly spring into action. No wonder it protests. Here's where most people go wrong. They think they need aggressive stretching or expensive equipment. They start yanking and pulling at their back like they're trying to crack a stubborn walnut. But forcing stiff joints creates more tension, not less. It's like trying to stretch a rubber band that's been in the freezer. You need to warm it up first. The key is gentle, flowing movement that respects where your body is right now. Start lying on your back. Yes, you can do this right in bed before you even get up. Slowly draw one knee toward your chest. Don't force it, just let gravity help. Now gently rock that knee side to side, like you're painting little circles in the air above your chest. Feel how this creates a wave-like motion through your spine. That's your vertebrae starting to separate and move independently again. Hold this for about 30 seconds, breathing deeply, then switch to the other side. What you're doing here isn't just stretching, you're rehydrating those discs, encouraging synovial fluid to start flowing, and gently coaxing those tight muscles to let go. It's like giving your spine a gentle morning handshake instead of demanding it jump out of bed and run a marathon. You might notice that by the time you switch to the second leg, the first side already feels different. That's your nervous system starting to remember what normal movement feels like. Stretch number 2, the hip liberator. Have you noticed how you automatically lean forward when you stand up now? Like your body has developed this default setting where you're perpetually hunched over, walking into an invisible headwind? This isn't laziness or bad posture. Your hip flexors are literally pulling you into that position, and fighting against it all day long is exhausting your back muscles. Your hip flexors run from your lower back down through your pelvis to the top of your thigh bone. When they're tight, and after 60 they get tight fast, they pull your pelvis forward. When your pelvis tilts forward, your lower back has to arch more to compensate, creating a domino effect throughout your entire spine. After 60, most of us sit more and move less. Each hour you spend sitting is another hour those hip flexors are in a shortened position, training them to stay tight. Here's where people get confused. They feel tightness and immediately start stretching their hamstrings. But the real culprit is often the hip flexors in the front. The muscles we rarely think about because we can't see them. It's like having a tight shoelace and trying to fix it by loosening your sock. Step 1 foot back into a gentle lunge position, not a deep warrior pose, just a comfortable step back. Gently lower your hips forward while keeping your back straight. Imagine a string attached to the top of your head pulling you up toward the ceiling while you let your hips sink forward just a little bit. You should feel this stretch in the front of your back leg's hip, not in your knee. Hold this for about 30 seconds, breathing normally. You're teaching those hip flexors to lengthen again, giving your pelvis permission to find its neutral position. What's happening here is you're literally changing the length-tension relationship in these muscles. Some people tell me they feel taller immediately after doing this stretch. That's not your imagination, that's your posture actually improving in real time. Stretch number 3, the shoulder reset. Look at yourself from the side right now. Are your ears directly over your shoulders, or are they creeping forward like you're permanently leaning in to hear a conversation? If you're like most people over 60, your head is probably positioned several inches forward of where it should be. This forward head position is adding 10 to 40 pounds of stress to your neck and upper back every single day. Think about that, 40 pounds. That's like carrying a toddler on your neck all day long. Years of computer work, decades of reading, countless hours of activities that require you to look down, all of this has been training your shoulders into a forward position. Your chest muscles get tight and shortened, your upper back muscles get weak and overstretched from constantly fighting against gravity. That forward head position doesn't just affect your neck, it changes how you breathe, how your ribs move, even how your lower back has to work to keep you balanced. Your body is always trying to keep your eyes level, so when your head goes forward, everything else has to compensate. Here's where people make a huge mistake. They try to force their shoulders back, pulling them aggressively like they're trying to squeeze their shoulder blades together. But without addressing the tight chest muscles first, you're fighting against your own body. Those chest muscles have been shortened for years, maybe decades. You need to address the root of the problem first, which is releasing the chest tightness that's pulling everything forward. Find a doorway and place your forearm against the frame at shoulder height. Now gently step forward through the doorway until you feel a gentle pull across your chest. You should feel this stretch from your shoulder all the way across to your sternum. Hold this for about 30 seconds, breathing deeply. After you've held that chest stretch, add some gentle neck rolls. Drop your chin toward your chest and slowly roll your head from side to side, letting gravity help release tension. Don't roll your head back, just side to side. You're addressing both sides of the equation. Lengthening the tight muscles pulling you forward while releasing the tension that's built up from fighting this position all day. It's like hitting the reset button on decades of postural adaptation. Some people actually feel emotional when they do this stretch for the first time, like they're literally opening up space they didn't know they'd lost. Stretch number 4, the foundation builder. When's the last time you thought about your ankles? Probably never, unless they hurt. But stiff ankles force your knees to compensate, which forces your hips to compensate, which creates the chain reaction of tension all the way up to your neck. Your body is like a stack of building blocks. When the foundation gets wobbly, everything above it has to work harder to keep you stable. After 60, your ankle joint naturally becomes stiffer, the cartilage gets thinner, the joint capsule gets tighter. When your ankles can't flex properly, your whole walking pattern changes. You start taking shorter steps, you might develop a shuffle, and your balance feels less stable. Think about the last time you walked downstairs. Did you feel confident and fluid, or did you find yourself gripping the handrail tighter, taking each step more carefully? That's often ankle stiffness talking. When your ankles can't move freely, your brain starts to perceive walking as less stable, less safe. Tight calves pull on your entire posterior chain. Everything up the back of your body from your heel to the base of your skull. They contribute to that hunched forward posture because they're literally pulling your whole body forward from the ground up. Here's the beautiful thing, ankle mobility responds incredibly well to gentle, consistent attention. Sit comfortably in your chair and extend one leg straight out. Gently flex your foot toward your shin, pull those toes back toward your knee as far as you comfortably can. While you're holding that flex, add some gentle circles with your foot. Clockwise, then counterclockwise, like you're painting circles in the air with your big toe. Then do some point and flex movements, point your toe away, then flex it back toward your shin. Hold this sequence for about a minute on each foot. You're taking your ankle through its full range of motion, encouraging synovial fluid to lubricate the joint, and gently stretching muscles that have been shortened from years of wearing shoes and sitting in chairs. As you do this consistently, you'll start to notice improvements not just in your ankles, but in your balance, your walking confidence, even how your knees and hips feel. It's like you're rebuilding your foundation from the ground up. Stretch number 5, the total integration. You've been moving in straight lines all your life, forward, backward, up, down. But real life happens in spirals and curves and three-dimensional movements that your body was designed for but modern life rarely requires. When's the last time you rotated your spine in a smooth, flowing motion? This final stretch teaches your spine to move the way it was designed to move, not just the way modern life has trained it. Your spine has 24 vertebrae, each designed to move independently and in coordination with all the others. But when we spend most of our time sitting and moving in predictable patterns, we train our spine to be rigid. This stretch combines spinal rotation with gentle side bending, addressing the three-dimensional nature of how we actually need to move. This doesn't just stretch muscles, it literally retrains your brain's map of how your body can move. Your nervous system has been protecting you from movements it perceives as unsafe by creating stiffness and tension. But when you show it gentle, controlled movement in all directions, it starts to trust your body again. Here's where people often make a critical mistake. They think more is better, so they try to twist further, push harder. But with this movement, gentle consistency beats aggressive intensity every single time. Your nervous system needs time to adapt, time to trust. Sit up tall in your chair with your feet flat on the floor, or stand with your feet hip-width apart. Place one hand on your opposite knee. Think long and tall before you twist. Imagine that string pulling you up toward the ceiling, creating space between each vertebra. From this lengthened position, gently rotate your spine, turning to look over the shoulder opposite to the hand that's on your knee. As you rotate, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can twist just a tiny bit further. Not forcing, just breathing into the movement. Hold this for about 30 seconds, then slowly return to center and repeat on the other side. The magic is in the mindful movement. You're integrating all the work you've done into one coordinated movement pattern, teaching your body it's safe to move in 3 dimensions again. Some people describe this stretch as feeling like they're unwinding years of tension, like they're slowly untangling a knot that's been building for decades. That's exactly what's happening. You're unwinding protective patterns and rediscovering movement freedom you thought was gone forever. I need to talk about something that goes beyond stretches and techniques. I need to talk about the emotional weight you've been carrying, because I know this journey hasn't just been about physical discomfort. It's been about watching your body change in ways that feel beyond your control. I know what it's like to look in the mirror and see someone you don't quite recognize. Someone who moves differently, who has to think twice before doing things that used to be automatic. Maybe you've caught yourself avoiding activities you used to love because you're not sure your body can handle them anymore. Those feelings are completely valid. The frustration when your body doesn't cooperate, the sadness when you can't do something as easily as you used to, all of that is real. You're not being dramatic, you're not being weak, and you're certainly not alone in feeling this way. But here's what I've learned from working with thousands of people over 60. Your body isn't betraying you. It's asking for attention, asking for the kind of gentle, consistent love that you've probably been giving to everyone else but yourself for decades. These stretches aren't just about pain relief. They're about reclaiming your confidence in your own body. They're about rebuilding trust between you and the body that's carried you through everything life has thrown at you. Your body has been with you through every joy, every heartbreak, every triumph. It's been your faithful companion through decades of living, and now it's asking for something in return. Not expensive treatments, just 10 minutes of gentle attention each morning. When you start to see your body as a partner instead of an opponent, when you begin to understand that stiffness and pain are often signals rather than sentences, everything changes. Those morning aches become information instead of evidence that you're falling apart. I've seen 70-year-olds discover they can touch their toes for the first time in decades. I've watched 80-year-olds stand taller and walk with more confidence. Your body has an incredible capacity to adapt and improve, even after 60, even after years of stiffness. It's never too late to feel better in your own skin. You don't need to become a fitness enthusiast. You just need to start where you are, with what you have, and trust that small, consistent actions create profound changes over time. Start with just one stretch tomorrow morning. Set a timer for 2 minutes. That's less time than it takes to make coffee. Give yourself 2 minutes of gentle attention and see how different you feel, not just physically, but emotionally. Those 2 minutes will start to feel so good that you'll naturally want to add more. Not because you have to, but because your body will remind you how good it feels to move with intention, to treat yourself with the same care you've been giving to everyone else. This isn't about turning back the clock. This is about being the best version of who you are right now, at this age, with this body, in this moment. This is about walking into your 70s, 80s, and beyond with confidence, grace, and comfort in your own skin. Let me quickly recap what we've covered. The gentle spinal wave addresses morning stiffness when your back feels cemented in place. The hip liberator targets those hip flexors pulling you into that forward-leaning position. The shoulder reset releases decades of tension and reverses that forward head position, adding 10 to 40 pounds of stress to your neck. The foundation builder focuses on those forgotten ankles that affect everything above them. And the total integration brings everything together, teaching your spine to move in 3 dimensions again. Here's what I'm curious about: which of these areas resonates most with you? Is it spine stiffness that makes mornings feel like a battle? Hip flexors keeping you hunched forward? Shoulder tension that accumulates each year? Ankle stiffness affecting your balance? Or that overall lack of fluid movement? Drop a comment and let me know where you plan to start. Tell me what you're hoping to feel different about. Are you looking forward to getting out of bed without that strategic planning phase? Walking with more confidence? Standing taller? I read every single comment, and your experiences help me create content that truly serves this community. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take their first step toward feeling better. If you're ready to take control of your mobility and age with strength, subscribe to Elderly Health Central. We're building a community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations. When you subscribe, you're joining a movement of people who believe their best days don't have to be behind them. We're going to dive deeper into balance and fall prevention, nutrition for joint health, sleep strategies that reduce morning stiffness, and the emotional side of aging. This is your invitation to be part of something that helps you add life to your years. If today's video resonated with you, hit that like button. It tells me this content is valuable to you, and it helps other people who might be struggling find solutions that actually work. Your like helps someone scrolling through videos at 2 a.m. because they can't sleep due to back pain find hope. Every morning when you wake up is a new opportunity to move better than yesterday. It's a fresh chance to show your body the care it's been asking for. I believe in your ability to feel strong and confident in your body because I've seen it happen over and over again. Your age is not a limitation, it's simply information. It represents all the wisdom and resilience you've built, and now it's time to add physical vitality to that incredible foundation. Tomorrow morning, remember that you have tools now. You have options. You have a path forward that starts with just 2 minutes of gentle attention. That's your first step toward mornings that feel like possibilities instead of obstacles. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be kind to yourself, be patient with your progress, and remember that every small step toward feeling better is a victory worth celebrating.